Full disclosure, my visual intake and my talking abilities are limited. So I'm just going to cut right to the chase. Jamie Foxx just proved my mother correct. Like, scary correct. He just proved her right all around the board. Backstory. In August of 2022, I apparently had a brain aneurysm, which led to 3 strokes and then a 14-day medically induced coma because I had to have a craniotomy. So, I'm an only child. I am happily married, working on 5 years. Well, in August of 2022, all I remember is working that day. And then my family said when I did wake up, it was like 50 first dates. Or as my husband likes to say, 10-second Tom. I always forgot what had happened. And I was also the worst patient, which my friends who have known me for over 10 years called it. They're like, she did say she would be the worst patient if she was ever on the other side of the curtain. Facts. I was. And, it wasn't until a speech therapist came to me in my critical care and said, normally with stroke patients, excuse me, stroke patient? No. They're like, yeah, you had 3 strokes. And then that's when it finally clicked for me what had happened. It's like, oh, something has happened that's serious. Excuse me? Luckily, my best friend was there. And he said, remember that classmate that died back home from a brain aneurysm? I was like, yeah, I do. He told me, that happened to you. And I started to pinch myself and touch myself. How am I here? He goes, exactly, Rhiannon. So will you please listen to the nurses and doctors and your therapist on what to do, especially since you're missing a piece of your skull bone right now. Okay, I guess I'll listen. So with that being said, that happened in August of 2022. After my second surgery to have my AVM removed and my skull put back, I was recovering at home. I am recovering at home. And, my mom was driving me around, trying to get accustomed to being out and about in the real world. And I remember her saying, I read this about Jamie Foxx, and they're keeping it very hush-hush. And I have a feeling what happened to you happened to him in some form or fashion. And of course, being over 30, by this point in my life, it's like, oh, there she goes again. she's doing it again, where she's just like over hyper vigilant of you. Being an only child, you get used to that. You get used to the fact like they're hyper focused on you. So you're just like, Ma, stop. Like, just stop. I had a brain rupture and bleed, and now she's just seeing it everywhere. She's seeing it everywhere. It's kind of like when you buy a new car and suddenly you start seeing it everywhere on the roads. So I was just like, she is seeing it everywhere. And she was like, look, Emily Clark had this, and now this is happening to you, and now this is happening to Jamie Foxx. Like, this is a thing, an ongoing trend. And everyone she came across, She was literally like, you need to get your brain scanned. You need to have your baby's brain scanned. And we need to let people know they need to get more brain scans. Physical brain scan. Because to me, I was like, I did therapy. I went through several evals. I did everything I could to help with my brain. I didn't realize I need to get a physical CT scan. So she was just going around like constantly telling everyone to get their brain scan. So I just thought she was being hyper vigilant. I wish I had actual evidence of her just telling people, get your brain scan. I'm telling you right now, Rhiannon, what happened to you in some form or fashion happened to him. And she always says the universe has her back. She always says that. And obviously the universe does have her back because I'm here. And I'm very fortunate. I'm grateful to be here. If this experience has taught me anything, it's that the possessions you have, the money you have, nothing compared to the time and the energy you have. I'm thankful that the universe and my ancestors have brought me here today. No one needs to tell my mom that she was correct. Please have my back there. We gotta stay humble. Because she doesn't even know Jamie Foxx. Like, how she called it, I don't know. But she did. And she didn't even have to say I told you so. Because I already knew she was right. She's always been right. So with any of you out there with aunties who are just super in tune to the energy that is around them and not around them, just, maybe give them a little bit of grace. Like, okay, I hear you. I'm gonna take notes and hopefully use it. I don't know how she called it. Like I said, she doesn't even know this guy. How did she know? How did she call it? I don't know. I'll just keep learning and taking notes from her, and thankful that I can take notes from her. I know during this time of year, the wrap up of the end of year can be very stressful for some. So please, everyone out there, take care of yourself. Be mindful of your energy. Be mindful of your time. Don't let anyone take from you who doesn't deserve to take from you, because they never get back. It's okay. Boundaries are healthy. You know what? I didn't even ask for permission to do this little video. I'm gonna do what I always do. Ask for forgiveness. But seriously, no one tell her she's right. We gotta stay humble up in here. Especially you, Jamie Foxx. Don't tell her she was right. Oh, I'll never hear the end of it.